Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome back. And today is going to be, I guess, a rundown. I guess. Here you go. All right. Martin Brodell's got some more shows about the Russians going down. What else we got going on? Nationalist Trump versus globalist Merkel and Alex Jones. That's going to be at Infowars.com. Go check that out. Dr. Evil Gamers got something up on St. Patty's Day. Might be worthwhile. Yeah, strangely enough, the New York Times they actually posted a show about, or they not a show. It was an article or two about St. Patty's Day. They were trying to claim that they were trying to claim that indentured servants weren't slaves in their own right or whatever, and just. No, they were trying to, like anything that's associated with white people. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't build it. You didn't build it. Essentially, it's one of those kind of bullshit propaganda things that the left keeps trying to plug, and it was just sickening. But anyway, you should see that coming up in a bit. It's just one of those. It was one of those kind of moments. So anyway, what do we got here? Again, Alex Jones. The Trump dimension is real. bet that's a comical piece, but you never know. I'll have to dive in on that. What else we got here? Practical lessons for the Black Thugs. Colin goes for virtue display. That's Colin Fatterty. What else we got here going on? The future looks good. That's by Bernard Chapin right there. What else we got going on here? Judge Pirro schools and destroys Hillary Clinton. Ooh, interesting. This one's by David Knight. Your home can be stolen this easily. Yeah, I actually read an article about that on how a person's home can be stolen. That did happen, folks. There's actual stories on that. Go check that out. What else we got here? More Joe Biden nonsense. Special report, Trump totally trolls media on wiretapping and illegal spying. And that's, of course, by Alex Jones. More gun stuff. Roaming Millennial, I think. This one is, how should conservatives deal with the media? I say create your own networks, create your own alternative media, you know what I mean? Breitbart once, excuse me about that, folks. Whoops. Breitbart was famous for claiming that he thinks that the left should have its own media, the right should have their own media, and all that. Kind of sort of the way the UK has their media set up. You know what I mean? But the difference being is they're just a little bit of, they have their biases, but they're just more adult about it. You know what I mean? And I think that should be going down. Breitbart's got a story here, and Couture, as long as we live in a country where liberals are going to violently attack anyone who disagrees with them, what's the point of polling? And yeah, that's a story by Breitbart there. That's an interesting question to ask right there. More Muslim meme bullshit, exposing them for the horrific monsters that they actually are. What else we got going on? Computing forever. Yeah, here's the one I was telling you about, that the New York Times article there. Debunking the myth, the Irish were not slaves. Unfreaking believable. Yeah, we're not even allowed to be human to them. This one, horror immigrant gang rape, 14-year-old girl in high school bathroom. Look at that nonsense. That's by our immigrants, folks. That's by our immigrants. That one's given up to, that one's traded by Sage33. Go check that out. What else we got here? Dropping debt versus raising debt. This should be another one by, nope, that's the Gateway Pundit there. Gateway Pundit. Yeah, Trump's first couple of months in office and he dropped $100 billion off. Obama increased the debt by $400 billion. Look at that. More Martin Brodell, 30 countries are refusing to take back their own citizens. Yeah. And there's laws against that too. They know better than to be shipping criminals. They're doing it anyway. Yep, history of the emojis. That's on Know Your Meme over on YouTube. Go check that out. Rebel Media, Islamic totalitarianism. Quintaka's got a good show on liars, and on how we the people have been kind of sort of conditioned to not use the term liar because of libel and slander and things like that. You know what I mean? Legal eagle style issues. And he's right. You know, the internet, it's more of a commons, is not an official. You know, since we get places that are censoring mamma jammas left, right, and center, since we got places that are shutting down free speech left, right, and wherever, you can't really consider it an official permanent document like, say, the National Library of Congress or whatever. Yeah, you know, he's talking about more about treating the internet like a commons. You know what I mean? And I'm very much in agreement with that. He takes a little bit long amount of time explaining some of those points and some of his conflicts with Piro or whatever, but you know, 30-minute show, it's actually not too bad for the weekend. Hey, I'll cut everybody some slack on the weekend. Hell yeah. Another one, Martin Brodell, Exxon New York Attorney General, concocted email scandal for publicity. Wow. More bullshit. More liberal bullshit. Here's one by Forgotten Weapons. Czech HZ-29 rifle. He debunks a few things about that. Supposedly there's a myth about that Czech rifle being kind of hard to handle, or kind of recoil, I think it was. But you know, the way he shot it, it wasn't nothing to it. I believe he said that was chambered in Mauser 8. So check that. So you know, for all you gun fans, go check that out. What else we have here? Trump EPA grants Flint $100 million to fix broken water system. About freaking time. Thank you, Trump. Look at that. Everybody should have water. Everybody should have clean freaking water, man. Thank you. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump. Okay. This one's Gabor Zolna. Baton Rouge, Louisiana deputy sheriff killed. Another one. Another cop killing. Can't stand this nonsense. Is the American Dream dead? And that's by Martin Brodell. Interesting question to ask. I haven't had time to dive into that one. Fat shaming. I think that's the Rebel Media. I don't have time for that. Yeah, that's just entertainment. I'm a comic book fan, Gamergator from back in the day, folks. Deal with it. That's where my audiences go. Okay, active self-protection. Okay, caught on camera. Tourist attacked and badly beaten by locals. And this, yep, crowd control, man. It's always with those massive numbers. Always with those massive numbers. So check this out, folks. Public situations completely different, man. It's not always like it's not always like they like to portray violence in the movies, or it's not always like the schoolyard brawls, you know what I mean? It's sometimes, yeah. So go check out active self-protection on that one. All right. Russia orders investigation into U.S. media organizations operating in the country. Ah. Interesting. I think I had a program about that. That was one of my Volt 7 rants, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I was pretty much looking at the media like, you know what? Remember the generals? They got smeared for being caught sleeping around with journalists and all that. So I'm like, I'm looking at this Volt 7 stuff and CIA, NSA, and all that hacking tool out there. Who found out about it, and who would make the most use out of it? You know what I mean? That's what I was pondering, and now all of a sudden Russia's looking into it. I'm like, yep, because you know the media's trying to blast Russia left, right, and center. So I'm willing to wager that they got their shit censored too, and they weren't privy to anything going on in some of our current news. You know what I mean? So that's going to be I'm expecting some big things to come out on that one. I will definitely check that out. China is beefing its military up by a bunch. Yeah, the world's largest army, the world's largest air force. Yeah, you might want to check into that, folks. Whenever they make a move, I'd want to know. Nancy Pelosi has lost it. We know, Gabor. That's just another 2-minute kill time rant. Okay, entertainment stuff. Gaijin Goomba. What else we got going on in today's world? What's up, people? What's up? Talk to me. End times, defensive patrolling. Okay, this one's Viking self-defense, Viking preparedness. So he's got another end of times defensive patrolling wrap-up. Yeah, straight up. Patrolling isn't just something you want to wait to do for the end of times. That's something I recommend folks do anyway. Get to know your neighborhood. Get to know all the people within everywhere you go. Every single store clerk. Every mailman. Every cop. Even if they're the kind that's okay. You know what I mean. If they're if you live in back east, the old school towns. You know what I mean. And they're the chatty type. Yeah, sure, whatever. But these days, I don't know what to tell folks. Cops today, sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not. They're always on duty, that kind of thing. And if you start talking with the cops a little bit too much, and they're not too into that, then that can wind up getting you in trouble. So don't mess with your cops or whatever. But I mean, depending on what town you live in, I think everybody will know what kind of town they live in. Yeah, get to know everybody around there. The more you know, the safer you can stay, the less trouble you can get into. You know what I mean? It's always been a matter of fact. I don't think anything's changed about that. Let's see right here. Red Pill Philosophies going on and on about Shaquille O'Neal, Flat Earth. Come to find out, other basketball players. So that's where this shit's coming from. Oh, Jesus. I was wondering where that shit came from. It came from the freaking NBA ball players. My God. Alright, that one's Black Pigeon Speaks. And yeah, I'm getting more notifications on other stuff. What else we have here? 8 mainstream media lies about President Trump. Who was the one that did that program? Computing Forever, if I'm right. Yeah, that's Computing Forever. And this one's American Eye. Again, that's on YouTube. That's like a top 10 list kind of thing. And yeah, with the top 10 lists, you gotta go over it with a fine-tooth comb. They might be shady, but I popped that up there to see what's going to happen, see what I dive into. You know what I mean? Security alert: White House alerts reports of a man with a what? With something dangerous in his car. I'm not even going to say that. You can read the headlines. Y'all know how to read, right? And that's a show on YouTube. Let me find out what channel it is. We got the audio turned off, don't we? Yeah, we want to be 100% on the mark with this kind of news. So we're definitely going to be clicking off that. Come on. Come on, get to it. Get to it, Memo Jimmas. Going to be finding out in just a sec. Okay, she's on the mute. Let's open up the extra window there. I think I'm going to close off on that one. Could be something, could be nothing. Come on, load up, load up. And when this is done, good luck to all. Peace out. Let's see who's doing this. Let's see who's doing the show here. Dabu77. All right. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right. So that's Dabu over there. And that's what I'm gonna leave it wrapped up on. The rest of y'all know who's who. Y'all know what's up. Go get your news. Do your thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is for concealed carry, folks. Ruger LCP2 has a new model. New model gun out there for all you concealed carry types. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. And of course, everybody's still talking about North Korea. This is going to be the Fox Gibson signing out. Good luck to all. Good luck in your projects. Peace out.